Okay, everyone. Today is October 25th, 2016. Um, I am going to talk about my experience at the Wayne Township. Like I said, the first experience, everyone was friendly except this one individual, but today it was a little bit more intense. Uh, with the same individual, the receptionist, she's got to be like maybe like 20 or something like that. And she gets up there and she's just so rude with people. Like, no, you can't do this. Move. Like, no, I don't care if they have a disability, if they have whatever. You know, you need to be courteous to each and every person that you come across. And so I saw her, telling these people to move and everything, and they're trying to get information about, their checks and stuff, and staying instead of saying, oh, I can help you with that right now, but I can get someone for you. Can you please just be seated? She's like, no, move, and now it's just so uncalled for. Um, and you try to overlook it because that's not the first time that she did that, and she didn't do it to me today. Oh, today. Okay. Today was the day for her, okay? Because she almost got it, okay? So, but anywho, I'm turning in my papers, just telling them that I work in the hours or whatever. And another thing, I think God is really showing me, this is what people have to go through because you really don't understand. And people are like, if you have to go to the township office, your township, and, those are lazy people. No, they're not. Usually they're coming from circumstances probably pushed on by themselves or lack due to lack of education. They're right there, or just coming on hard times like I did. I have an education. I didn't I didn't have really like any like felons or something like that. I just came across hard times. um was in a crazy relationship and ended up there. And even I got out of that and sprung up, got a good job, got hit by a car. So it was accidents, things that happened that were not in my control, you know, to come in there. And it's like, I don't care what walk of life that you do, even if they were the worst person in the world, a robber or something like that. Everyone is entitled to a level of decency and respect. Every single individual, okay? Um, Now I'm not saying bending over backwards for them or anything like that, but just being polite and courteous, with someone, especially if they haven't, offended you in any way, shape, or form. Uh, you have an obligation as public personnel dealing with the public and in that atmosphere to give a certain level, a certain quality of respect and dignity to each and every person, employees, and the people that you are surrounded, because you are on watch and you are a representation of that township. She's a representation of Wayne Township, So, um, anyway, long story short, I'm trying to turn in my paper, and all I had to do was drop off the paper. But she's like, "You gotta wait. What do you want?" Like, so I had to pause. Usually, if this was me like 2 years ago, I would have reached over there and showed her exactly what Soleil Haiti and what Gary, Indiana was really all about, and showed her a little something. But the change bell just gave her some space and stepped back, took off my shades, and I just started over. I took control of that conversation and just started over and said, "Hello, how are you?" And the tone changed then, but it's just, it shouldn't have to be that way, and I know sometimes that comes with age, but even at when I was that age, I didn't act like that. So maybe, but people say that I'm different. So but either way, I think that's an upbringing. And not only that, when you get into that field, they should have trained you. So something, it was a failure somewhere, a failure for her. I don't know if they failed to train her. Someone failed her that way, or someone failed her raising her, or she just took it upon herself and just said, that's not the path that I choose. I'm going to do this. But either way, that was wrong and unacceptable. So, yeah. So that was the first thing. And then I sit there. So she's like, well, you got to sit here and wait. And I'm like, okay, well, I talked to the person on the phone. All I had to do was drop off the paper. blah blah blah. What? No, you gotta wait. Okay, it's fine. So I sit there. I sit there a whole hour and a half. Now people are coming and going, and it's all for paper. Now I have to go to work very soon, so I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, an hour pass. Okay, another hour pass. Because this whole thing, when you go to your township, they're trying to promote you to get back into the workforce regardless. So they say they will help you, but it's really like you're paying for those services regardless. If you have a check or a check coming, you will have to pay all of that back. Say, for instance, you are applying for disability, and the township say, okay, we're gonna pay your rent or wherever you stay or your electric or something like that. Once you get that check, you have to pay it back, or they will come after you like a hawk. If you have no job and you're looking for a job, they want you to do all these services. So you're gonna go to Work One. You have to commit to them 20 hours a week of job searches. So if you don't get the job, that's not only going out to the places. This is writing stuff, going online. You have to go to in the Work One place too to go do it, and meet with them. Have a case manager meet with them. So in a total, that's about 25 to 30 hours, including travel time, might be 40 hours. So, and not only that, if you're doing that, you have to comply with that with the Wayne Township. So you have to go to Work One, do that. That's 40 hours already of unpaid services and work. And then after that, you have to do 20 hours. They're going to find you a job, but you don't get paid for it. You have to work it off and say this is volunteer hours, which in actuality, you're paying off your debt. So it's not volunteer at all. You're getting paid less than minimum wage to pay your debt off. So that's what you're doing. So in total, you're giving out 60, probably like 60 on top of that 80 hours a week of all this extra time just to get some township assistance for 1 month of rent or 1 month of a utility bill or something, when you could be venturing out yourself and finding this, this place. And if they can find a job, that'll help you that way, why can't they employ the people right off the bat? That's just crazy. So I understand why some people go to other alternatives, that are not legal, to support themselves, because we have this system that really fails us, and for all the people who say that, these are lazy people, actually they're not. That some of these people are the most hardworking people ever. A lot of them are mentally challenged and they're being taken advantage of, exploited because of this system. So yeah, or you're being on hard times and then you're getting, taken advantage of that way. So you have to be just, I guess, mindful of it. If I didn't know any better, I would be upset and be like, this is a blip, blah blah this. But just being mindful, it gives me some kind of gratification. And then when I come across people, when I work at the shelter, when they go through this, I have a better understanding. I have more, not only compassion, I have empathy, because I've been there. And today was the day. Like, I could have, oh my God, Jesus, give me the cross. He really, like, I don't know. And people have been just trying me the whole time. I've been just trying to pray and meditate and get my mind together, for stuff like this, because I know he's preparing me for something greater. But it's very difficult. So I understand how, going and trying to do the right thing is very difficult to do. And all I can say is just keep focused. I understand where you're coming from because I was there. I am there. Not I was there. I was there and I am there. When I was homeless the last 2 times, I got a job right off the bat and I was able to bounce back and everything. This time, I got a job. I was able to bounce back, but then, I got, into an accident and stuff made me slow down, So now I'm walking into the shoes of people who can't, what if this is your only alternative? What if this is, and finding other ways. And God has been sheltering me through this whole experience. But, yeah, like I said, it led me to a lot of compassion. And now I understand, now when it's my turn to fulfill, what God has designed me to do, then I'll have more compassion and more empathy and and be a testimony to let people know that you can make it, you can do it, no matter what obstacle that you're faced in, as long as you can see the end of the tunnel. You know, you don't even have to see, you know, long as you see the light at the end of the tunnel. Even if you don't see what's going on through the middle and everything, if you can envision it. What if you can't see the light? If you can just envision it, imagine it, it will come to pass, you know. Everything is temporary. Even this, you know, even success is temporary. So just keep mindful of that and just keep going. Hopefully something I said or done will help you on your journey or help someone else. And stay tuned to Journey to Jerusalem. Thank you.